August is Women in Translation Month, so I wanted to share my favorite translated books written by women. Minor Detail kind of gives us a dual perspective of two different Palestinian women from two different timelines. Back in the 1940s, a woman is raped, killed, and buried in the ground by Israeli soldiers, and then in the present day, there is a journalist who's trying to uncover more details about this woman's death. I recommend it to anyone, and people who have been seeing it and have been curious if it's worth the read or not, I'm here to tell you it is. It is a brilliant book. The Days of Abandonment by Elena Ferrante. This was my first Elena Ferrante read, and it was something that I just stumbled upon. The story follows our main protagonist, who is a married woman with children. Her husband ends up leaving her for a much younger woman, and you just see her completely come apart after he leaves her. This book just did such a phenomenal job, in my opinion, on showing how betrayal can completely unravel a woman and make her fall apart in ways that isn't beautiful or pretty. It's raw, it's vulnerable. You just see this woman completely lose her own identity in this story. I do think this is a bit of a polarizing read, but I Who Have Never Known Men is still one of the best books that I have ever read, and I still think about this book, and I still think about parts of this book. 39 women who are imprisoned in a cage. Most of the women were imprisoned as adults, except for one person in there who was imprisoned from when she was a child. And the women have a chance to escape, and they all just end up navigating this world. Has no sense of social structure, cultural structure, gender structure, and it's very interesting, and it can be very intense to read. The next one is The Vegetarian by Han Kang. This is a book about the female body, about rebellion, and it is just done in such a unique way. A woman wakes up one morning and decides that she wants to be a vegetarian after she has this nightmarish dream about eating meat. The fact that she decides to stop eating meat just becomes this big act of rebellion that ends up having this like domino effect to the people around her, including her husband, including her family. Next is a book that I have talked about quite frequently and more recently. It is The Apprenticeship, or The Book of Pleasures by Clarice Lispector. I love this book so much. I can go on a tangent talking about why I love this book so much. This book to me is a love story. It's an unconventional love story. It's two people who are in the early stages of a budding relationship, but this book is more than that. This book to me is like a novel about being a romantic, but being a romantic of this world. It's one of my favorites. It's one of my favorite classics. I love it. It made me such a big fan of Lispector as a writer. Of course, I'm going to include a vampire horror book in this list, and it is Thirst. This book was really enjoyable in terms of a vampire story. I loved the focus of the man versus monster theme, but also on the theme of life and death in this. The way this book highlights aspects of life and death in this almost like cyclical motion, it was just done so well. Prose in this were excellent.